Here's a guide to show you how to register online, with tips to help you through every stage of this process. Click the button to send a verification code to your email address. You will then need to locate the verification code in your email inbox. Type this into the relevant box and click Verify Code. You can now create your password for your SCW online account. Click the Apply to Register link where you'll be taken to the pre-application page. You will find links to the privacy notice, practice guidance and code of professional practice. You'll need to confirm you have read and agreed to these and that you intend to practice in social care in Wales. We have practice guidance for each role requiring registration. Simply select the guidance which relates to the role you are applying as. We have information on the codes of professional practice, as well as full and easy read versions of the code. You must agree to abide by these as a registered social care professional. Once you have read and agreed to the documents, you can proceed to the application form. You will then need to tell us if you've ever been registered with us before and choose the role for which you are applying for. You will then be taken to the Before You Start page, which has information on what you'll need to hand to complete your application. When you have completed a section, a green tick will show next to that section on the form. If something is not complete, you will see the yellow exclamation sign telling you that we need some more information. If you are having trouble submitting your form, you can contact us on the email shown. In the first section, we will ask for your personal details, including name, contact details and date of birth. You can type in the date or use the calendar. In the next section, we will need your current address. We will then ask you to add details of your current employments. You will need to select your work address from the drop-down list. Just start typing the name of your organisation or the postcode, and it will show in the list. You can add more than one employment if needed. Next, you need to add details of your employment history over the last 5 years, including your job title and name of organisation for each entry. You must account for any gaps of longer than 3 months. If you haven't changed job in the last 5 years, you can skip this section. Now it's time to add details of your qualifications. You can find a list of qualifications accepted for each role on our website using the link on this page. If you hold a qualification, you will need to add the details. We will need a copy of your certificate before we can process your application. You can upload this in the Documents section. If you don't hold a qualification but have 3 years of experience in the last 5 years, you can register using Confirmed Competence. You will need to select a competence endorser as part of your application using the link shown. If your manager is not shown in this list, you can fill in their details here. Next, you'll need to tell us if you are or ever have been registered with another regulatory body. You'll need to confirm that you've never been subject to any action. In the next section, you need to tell us about your disciplinary record. If you answer yes to any of these questions, you'll be asked to provide more information using the link below. You will need to complete all sections in this stage to be able to proceed. You'll now need to give details about your most recent DBS check. If you use the DBS update service, please add the number of your most recent DBS certificate in the space provided. You'll need to confirm that you have provided a DBS date within the last 3 years. Then confirm that you have not been barred from working with vulnerable children or adults. Finally, you'll be asked to confirm any criminal convictions, past or pending. Now you'll need to select someone from your organisation to endorse your application. Add an endorser using the link shown. Then select your endorser from the drop-down list. If your endorser is not on the list, you can add their details in the section shown. Please note, almost all organisations will have an endorser, and not selecting one could delay your application. In the next section, you'll need to tell us about any health conditions which may affect your ability to work. If you select yes, you'll need to provide some more information. This section is not seen by your endorser. The Equality and Diversity section is not used for processing. This is an optional section which helps us learn more about the diversity of the social care workforce in Wales. This section is where you upload any documents needed for your application, such as qualification certificates. You can select the type of document you need to upload and attach it to your application from your device. If you are applying using a qualification, we will need a copy of your certificate before we can process your application. The final stage of the application is your personal declaration. Please read all of the statements and confirm with the button at the bottom. Please only tick the box if you require 2 or more registrations. If you only work in one type of role, you only need 1 registration. You'll now need to pay your application fee. Please note that your application won't be processed until the fee is paid. We recommend direct debit as the best way to ensure that your fees are paid each year. You will be taken to your fees and payment screen, where you will see what you will need to pay. Click Pay Now, and you will be able to set up a direct debit to collect your application fee and future fees easily. You'll need to fill in your account details and click Find Account. If you prefer to pay with a credit or debit card, you can click the button at the bottom of the page, where you'll be asked for your payment details. That's it, your application has been submitted. If we need any more information or we have processed your application, we'll contact you on the email you've provided, so please keep an eye on your emails.